friends, today we are going to do a mala meditation. I'm going to walk you through what a mala is, how you use it, and then we are going to do the thing together. So a mala is essentially a beaded necklace looking thing. Traditionally, it has 108 smaller beads and then one larger bead. The larger bead is called the guru bead. I did not name it. And the idea is we use each bead to cement our intention for the meditation. So what that means is that could be a mantra, that could be an affirmation, that could just be a breath every time you roll the bead. So if you're breathing in, it's like breathing in, roll the bead, and then move on to the next bead, take another breath, do that 108 times. If you're feeling real spicy, it could go back the opposite direction, do it 216 times. You can do that on your own. But the idea is that when your hands are busy and your attention is focused, then a lot of times this can be an easier meditation practice if you are someone who has like a squiggly brain or you get distracted really easily. And the other cool thing is when you infuse this with your intention, you're infusing it with the affirmation, the mantra, the energy of that intention. Then when you wear this throughout your day, you're carrying that energy around with you. So it's pretty cool practice. A couple things you should know before we get started is you never want to cross over the guru bead. So you want to start on either side and go in that direction around so that you begin and end before the guru bead. The other thing in traditional practices is we never use our index finger. The index finger is, I guess, corresponds with the ego in some practices. So we use the middle and the thumb to roll each bead, okay? Other than that, you can't really screw it up. And if you accidentally touch it with your index finger, it's not gonna explode. You're gonna be fine. So yeah, grab your mala and let's do this. So how we're gonna do this is we're gonna do the first couple of beads together, and then I'm gonna go quiet and let you continue on your own, and then I will guide you out towards the end. Of course, if you need longer time, the fun part about YouTube is you can slow this video down, you can speed it up, you can pause it, you can do whatever the hell you want. So you can reuse this again and again and again, okay? So just get yourself comfortable. Sit down in a place where you can rest your hands, okay? And we're gonna start on one side of the guru bead. So just grab one of those beads between your middle finger and your thumb. I usually just let the rest of the mala hang, and then I'll hold this side with the opposite hand, just so I'm not like, fumbling with it as I go, okay? Just to stabilize it. Take a deep breath. And just start to feel the texture of the bead in your hand. So feel the weight, the temperature. Feel the parts of your fingers that touch the bead and the parts that don't. And then we'll do this as a breathing mantra, but know that you can substitute a breath for each bead, for an affirmation or a mantra or a word, whatever you want, okay? So as you breathe in, roll the bead between your index and your thumb. And as you breathe out, feel that sensation of the bead rolling between your fingers. At the end of your exhale, move on to the next bead. Breathe in, roll the bead. Breathe out, bring your awareness to that texture. And then moving on at the end of your exhale to the next bead. Rolling the bead as you breathe in. Feeling the bead as you breathe out. Now I'm going to give you some time and some space to continue on your own. The end of each exhale, moving on to the next bead. And you might notice as you do this practice, maybe your mind wanders off. Totally okay. Come back to that texture. Take another breath. Recenter yourself. Using each bead, each breath as an opportunity to start again. And just notice if you're trying to race your breath. So especially if you have like a personality that's very go, 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 you might find that you're trying to race your breath, trying to breathe as fast as possible to move on to the next bead. See if you can let your breath set the pace. And if the mala slips, if you drop it, if you lose track, no worries. You can always start again. Notice if while you do this, do you store tension in your shoulders? Are you gripping in your jaw? Can you let that go? And you might notice as you move along, you become less in tune with your breath. It becomes more autopilot. Try to be mindful of the breath. So really noticing with curiosity as if it were the first breath you've ever taken. The goal is to come out of that autopilot. And as we start to reach the halfway point, it's an opportunity to recenter yourself in your intention. So coming back to watching the breath, feeling the texture of the bead, setting aside your distractions, your to-do list for later. Letting the shoulders soften and the jaw. Breathing in, turning the bead. Breathing out, feeling that texture beneath the fingers. And then moving on at the end of the exhale. And just tune in again. Is your breath setting the pace? And just notice any feelings that come up while you do this. So maybe there's a sense of boredom or impatience. Maybe there's a sense of peace, quiet. Just making room for however you feel, right? There's no right or wrong. And once again, tuning into the shoulders, the jaw, relaxing any tension there. And as you start to approach the end of your mala, as you take each breath, maybe you just notice, has anything shifted in your body, your mind, your energy? And I like to close my practice when I get to the final bead with a breath of gratitude. So if you'd like to join me, take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Taking a moment of gratitude for your mala and the support it brings you, for yourself, for showing up. And if this was helpful, let me know in the comments down below. Bye.